continuing the Good Day Stateline home show with Urbane Design Studio, which is Becky. Good morning, Becky.
Good morning, Michelle.
Thank you for having us at Becky's house.
Yes.
One of the great places that you have designed. Before we talk about everything that's going on here, which is awesome, tell me a little bit about you and how you decided to start this business.
So I have been a designer in Rockford for 11 years, and I actually, in another life, thought I was going to do accounting.
Okay. This is way more fun.
Yeah, it is a lot more fun. I was going to school to become an accountant, and even though all that part was great for me and for business, it was stale, and I didn't want to keep doing that.
Sure.
So I did commute to Chicago, and I went to a design school in the city. I also interned at a couple different places, and then I decided to go out on my own, and I've owned Urbane Design Studio for 11 years.
Okay, but let's talk about design, because you must be a very creative person. You must love how colors work and all this stuff, and you actually know what to do, and that's the hardest part for people who are trying to decorate their houses, right? It's like I could say, I like red, but you don't want to just slap red on everything.
Well, right, and so actually what gets me really excited is the science behind design. Okay. So I always approach everything with the reasons why and how you use it and how it functions and does it make sense and are you going to love it.
There's a lot of science behind colors. That's how fast food places pick out their colors, isn't it?
Exactly. And yes, can I say the name? Yes.
Sure.
And when people see that, you know, McDonald's is one of the main things is that when we were growing up, it was red and yellow. It was hurry up and get out of here. And then many years ago, they switched over to their browns and their cream colors, and it was much more of a cafe feel, so that you would linger. The complete opposite of what they.
So if you want people to come to your house and leave, just do bright reds and yellows.
Exactly.
The quick stop.
Exactly.
But if you want them to stay, you know, creams and browns. Okay, so let's talk about Becky's dining room that we're in. How did you start here? What was the process like? What was first?
So they were fun. They when I first met them, we decided to just start having a conversation about what they envisioned, and it was a lot easier for them to tell me what they didn't like than what they did. So that was how it started, and then it was just a simple selection process. You know, it was always, you know, 1, 2, 3, and they would look at that and say, we like that one, you know, and it just kind of flowed really nicely from there.
I could not make a decision. My husband was starting to get frustrated with me, so one day he just went online and started looking for a person to help us with the design. And Vicki was one of the people that we called, and she came, she walked us through the process of what we would be doing. She talked about the contract with her and how that would look. And Vicki just made us feel very comfortable, and we decided to go with her. We liked her ideas. She sat down with us. She really got to know our style, what we liked and what we did not like. She really learned our style, and that was nice because I don't think we really knew our style.
It really does help to have someone helping you decorate, not only because you know the right way to decorate in style so that there's enough room to walk between the cabinets and the chairs.
Exactly.
But you also, like you said, giving them the options and having them pick. It's so much easier to pick from 3 than 3 million.
Exactly.
It's so hard.
And I think that's one of the biggest things is that people get overwhelmed alone. And then when you have a partner that you're also, you know, combining tastes, you know, that can become even more overwhelming for some people. And also just thinking about, you know, just how they're going to use it in the future. So, you know, for them it was about making it look nice. I obviously wanted it to look nice for them, but I also wanted it to be functional. So we talked about storage and what would they store and how would they store it.
Storage pieces. Are those cabinets? Is that the right word, or is there something fancier?
Yes. They're sideboards. They're gorgeous.
What was the very first item that you picked in here? Do you remember? Was it the table, or where do you start?
I want to say the table was the first thing, because it was one of the things that Becky was very clear about, that she wanted pedestals and not legs on the corners so that people could sit around, which makes total sense.
Oh, yeah.
So even now as we're sitting here, anyone else were to scooch over, that was really important to her. So we had to start with making sure that I found something that had a great pedestal base on it. And then obviously then the color of the tone of the wood was important.
So what does multi-generational design mean?
So that goes back to the science that I think is really important for any space. I think that if we look at numbers in the United States already, where we're at right now, 20% of the population has multi-generational living, which is not just a parents with their children, but it's grandparents.
Okay.
And it's either grandparents moving in with their children and their children, or grandparents raising their grandchildren. And so that number has been going up and it's rising. So in this room, for example, we went with a, not because they have to worry about it, they don't have older parents living here, but we made sure to go with a lower pile rug for a trip hazard. Kids are running around, they're gonna have their parents coming. Plush rugs are great, especially in a living room, but when you're walking in and out, especially in a space like this, you don't wanna do that.
Yeah.
The chairs, we could have gone with all armless, but I suggested that we should, even though it's traditional to have the arms on the ends, it's important because when you have a parent who comes over, those arms, or anyone who needs, to get up and down, they need those arms. It's important. It's very sturdy chairs. They handle, I forget the weight limit that we did for these, but they're very sturdy. And the thing is, with even when you consider a family and chairs like this, an older person or someone who has mobility issues is going to go to the arms, and then you've got the littles that are coming in and out of this one because they're not going around the arms, and they don't have to move this heavy chair back and forth. So in a simple dining room like this, you don't think about all those things,
I didn't.
but it's important. And then if you get into other rooms, we look at the stairs, and are you going to carpet it, or are you going to put wood on it? And all of that has to do with the science of why you're choosing that material.
I love that. I probably could talk to you for like 7 hours about this, Vicki, but where can we go to find you if we are redecorating and we want your help?
My office is on Perryville and Riverside in Deidre Plaza, but I can be found on Facebook, Instagram. My website is www.urbanedesignstudio.com. I do have an online calendar, so if anyone wants to make an appointment, they can find a time for a free consultation.
So tell us about your home show offer.
So for the home show, I'm encouraging everyone to reach out to me and schedule a free consultation, and I will come out and look at their space, and then I will prepare a customized project quote for them.